Life on Earth has been around for a long time, like really, really long time, and we keep finding new and more ancient forms of life all the time. But where did it all begin? How did we get from single cell to us? Well, that's what we're talking about today. Okay. So first off, let's talk about bacteria. These guys have been around for a whopping 3.5 billion years. And for a long time, they were the only form of life on the planet. Now, bacteria are single-cell organisms, and that means they're made up of just one single cell. And this is pretty simple compared to, say, a human body, which is made up of trillions of cells. But don't let that fool you. Bacteria are still really complex. Like they have to be in order to do things like, reproduce and adapt to their environment. But compared to the complexity of life that came after them, like us, they're pretty simple. As bacteria reproduced and evolved, some of them developed the ability to perform photosynthesis. This is a process that uses sunlight, water and carbon dioxide to create energy. And this is a pretty big deal because it's how the bacteria produced oxygen as a byproduct, and this oxygen started to accumulate in the atmosphere over millions of years, eventually reaching a concentration of about 10%. This was a big problem for the bacteria, because they couldn't really handle that much oxygen. So some of them started to use the oxygen to help them produce even more energy, which led to the evolution of aerobic respiration. This is basically like the process that we use to breathe, take in oxygen, and use it to create energy. And this is where things start to get really interesting. See, there's evidence that points to a mass extinction event that happened about 540 million years ago. And it's thought that this was caused by a sudden increase in oxygen levels. The bacteria that were able to adapt to the higher oxygen levels survived and thrived, while many other forms of life went extinct. And this is a really important moment in the history of life because it paved the way for the evolution of more complex life forms like plants and animals. Okay, so fast forward a few billion years and we get to today. We've got all sorts of complex life forms on this planet, but we're still pretty much stuck with that 10% oxygen level in our atmosphere. So yeah, life on Earth has come a long way in a relatively short amount of time. It took billions of years for us to get here. And we've got a lot to thank for those early bacteria. They not only laid the foundation for life as we know it, but they also helped set the stage for our own evolution. So next time you see a bacteria, remember, these tiny little organisms are not only fascinating in their own right, but they're also a reminder of the incredible journey that life has taken on this planet.